seeing this background, we got a new house. I don't have blue hair anymore. Still have glasses. It's about to be 2020 in about 7 hours. It'll be 2020, and it'll be the next decade. So we got a new house. It's one of the best houses ever. In my opinion, way better than my other house. And I wasn't sure where to set up the phone. I just decided right here because it's 2020 now. So no more of this nonsense. Now, to the point of the video. I'm going to talk about my fantasy football recap off of my 2 leagues. Now, I don't mean to flex, but I won in both of my leagues. So let me tell you the players I had and how, at the end of the year, my 2 starting quarterbacks were Dak Prescott and Drew Brees. Now, I didn't draft Drew Brees. I actually drafted Phillip Rivers, thinking he was going to have a great year. And then I had him. He sucked. We know all about that. I went and I got Winston. I played him for a while. Drew Brees came back, and I saw that the person that had Drew Brees had dropped him. And so I picked him up, and he's been my quarterback since. And then ESPN, I've rolled with Dak Prescott every week, but except for one, but I'll get into that later. My running backs. At the end of the year, they ended up being Chris Carson and Aaron Jones, and then they were Ezekiel Elliott and Austin Eckler. Now for my running backs, at the end of the year, I ended up having Chris Carson and Aaron Jones, and then Ezekiel Elliott and Austin Eckler. Now, as you know, Aaron Jones started off the season, well, not starting off, week 1 sucked. Everyone in that Thursday night game sucked. Didn't do good. He did pretty good. He was pretty boom or bust. Then obviously he had that week where he had 4 touchdowns where he went off. Chris Carson was consistent for me all year. I had Zeke, who was kind of boom or bust, but pretty consistent. I didn't play Austin Eckler every week, but I generally did most of the time, but not every week because, well, no offense, but in my Yahoo League, let's just say I had some really good players. So now we're into tight ends. So I had Tyler Higbee, in the last couple weeks went off. And I had Travis Kelce, just in general, every year, really good tight end to have. So let me tell you about my tight ends that I had from week 1 to now. Now, so I don't even know who I drafted. Honestly, I'm not even sure who I drafted. But in week 2, I went and I grabbed Mark Andrews because he wasn't drafted. So I grabbed him. He did good for me for a little. And then he didn't do very good. And I saw a lot of tight ends out there that were doing better than Mark Andrews was. Now, a lot of people thought this was kind of a dumb idea. But on Mark Andrews' bye week, I actually went and I dropped Mark Andrews. And I went and picked up Greg Olsen. Now, Greg Olsen did pretty good for me until he got hurt. And he got hurt, and I picked up Kyle Rudolph because he was doing really good. And then he got hurt. Oh, no, he didn't get hurt. But Gerald Everett got hurt for the Rams, their tight end. So I thought, well, I think Tyler Higbee's going to get a lot of catches. So I went and I grabbed Tyler Higbee, got him. He's been going off. And Yahoo, I just drafted Travis Kelce and I've played him all the way through. The person I played in my bye week when he was out, when he had his bye, was Jacob Hollister. So my general year was pretty crazy. In one of my leagues, running backs was a big deal, that's for sure. I actually made 2 trades, both with running backs. I traded Nick Chubb for Melvin Gordon. That was pretty dumb, but I thought Melvin Gordon was going to be really good this year. I was wrong about that. Nick Chubb has been doing his great lately, and Melvin Gordon has, but just around the whole season, just Nick Chubb just destroyed Melvin Gordon. That wasn't the greatest trade. And I made a really good trade, which didn't seem that good for me in the beginning. I traded Adam Thielen for Aaron Jones. Now, you might think, why did you do that? So I had a lot of wide receivers, and I needed to dump one. and I was like, well, I'm obviously not going to drop Adam Thielen. So I was like, let's see, who has a good running back? So I turned to my dad. I say, and I look at his running backs. Now he has Mark Ingram, Le'Veon Bell, and Aaron Jones as his 3 running backs, which are 3 very decent running backs. Le'Veon Bell wasn't doing great. Didn't really want Mark Ingram that much, but Aaron Jones was the guy I was really looking at. And she said, and right as I thought that, my dad said, I'll trade you Adam Thielen for Aaron Jones. And I said, I'll do that. So that happened, and the week he traded him to me, let's just say he got 4 touchdowns and he ended up getting 49 points. Also, but I was worried. I thought I lost. I thought I didn't do good on the trade because that was the 5-20 game, and so Adam Thielen played before that. And Adam Thielen got 37. And I was like, there's no way Aaron Jones beats that. And he gets 4 touchdowns for like 70 yards rushing, which is a crazy game. So I won that trade. That's pretty much it for running backs. And at the end of the year, I actually had DeAndre Washington in my flex because, as you know, in the last couple games, Josh Jacobs was out and did not play. Josh Jacobs had a very good season. I hate the Raiders, by the way. My team's the Broncos, and they're our rivals. And the Broncos ended up second in the division somehow, so that was good. And anyway, in Yahoo, I started off the season really good. I was 4 or 5-0, and there was no stop of someone beating me. And then my stepdad beat me by 50, and then people got like quiet. And then so I still ended up doing really good. And then this girl named Hannah started destroying me near the end of the season, and I got really worried. She was going to win the championship, and I wasn't. Then we got to the playoffs. She was the 1 seed. Now the Yahoo only has 4 playoff spots instead of 6, like a normal league. So in the playoffs, it was Hannah, 1 seed, me, 2 seed, and then it was my stepdad and my mom's cousin at 3 and 4 seed. And so I played my stepdad, barely beat him, and then I played Chris because Hannah lost because she didn't pay attention to her team, and she had some people out. She had Dalvin Cook out, who's one of her main people, and so that really hurt her, and so she lost. So it was me and my mom's cousin in the championship. I ended up winning that. Now in my other league, I was actually the 5 seed, which is not good rankings, but I was the 5 seed. And I went up against the 4 seed, which was my dad, destroyed him. Sorry, Dad. And then I was scared because I was up against the 1 seed. And it was, the projections were by 35 to 40 near the beginning, him winning. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to be in the championship in 1 and get destroyed in the other. And then all of a sudden, one of my guys got a 75-yard touchdown. And the projections, my projections went up by 20. And it was a nail biter through the whole way. Luckily, Leonard Fournette didn't really do anything, and people like that. But also, he had Julian Edelman, who did really good. Russell Wilson didn't do great. Dak didn't do great for me. Chris Carson did really good for me. So they were up and downs on both of our teams. And now, I was up by 16 for a kicker left. Now, you might think, well, you're most likely going to win. Well, the kicker was Will Lutz, who's one of the best kickers in the league. So I got really nervous. Now, I was actually at baseball practice with my uncle when this was happening. So after every drill, I'd go up to my uncle and I'd say, how many points does Will Lutz have? And he would tell me. And after practice, he went up to me and he said, you beat me. And I was in the championship. Now I'm in the championship in both of my leagues. Now in Yahoo, I'm against Chris. And in my ESPN, I'm against one of my uncles. Now, this is crazy. they both had Derrick Henry, and they both didn't take him out. Yeah, it was game time decision, but both of these people I played only checked the lineups like once a week before Sunday, and that was it pretty much. They didn't really pay attention like I do, and so they didn't look to see if Derrick Henry was out. So Derrick Henry was out for both of them, and it was a nail biter on both of them. If Derrick Henry plays, I lose both of my championships. So now I'm in the championship with both of my leagues. ESPN was such a nail biter, and Yahoo wasn't as much. The 520 game, I needed 12 points. Out of Travis Kelce, I ended up getting 17. That wasn't as a nail biter, but I started to pay attention to the game. But in my ESPN, I needed 19 points from Aaron Jones, which he had done 5 times that I've had him out of 8 weeks that I've had him. Had him for 8 weeks, he done that 5 of the 8 weeks, got him 119. And then, so, when the game started, I got so nervous. I was like, whew. I won one, and I really wanted to win both. And then it was getting near the end of the game, and he didn't have 19. He didn't have 19. He had 16 points, which is still near. But the problem was there was 4 minutes left in the game. They're at the 35-yard line. I was like, come on, give it to Aaron Jones. They give it to Aaron Jones. Gets by one, gets by another, runs, gone, touchdown, I win. That was one of the craziest and the most happiest run I've ever gotten for a touchdown that wasn't for the Broncos. That was just, I was so happy when Aaron Jones got that in. And I won a lot of money for winning both of those leagues. And I'm pretty proud of myself, honestly. I got a lot of I got lucky a lot of times, and I got unlucky a lot of times. In the championship, I had Chris Coulson, who obviously got hurt. But also, I was also against Chris Coulson, so it was but I don't know. Who knows honestly, if Chris Coulson didn't get hurt, that actually changes a lot. If Chris Coulson didn't get hurt, let's say he had 7. Let's say Chris Coulson gets 15. I lose in Yahoo. I only win 1 and 1. So actually, even though he was on my team, Chris Coulson getting hurt changed. So it's just little stuff like that helps you win these games. Helps you and hurts you and gets you lucky and unlucky. It's just fantasy football's crazy. That's it. That's it. Well, that's gonna wrap it up here. Make sure you slap that like button and subscribe for more from SportsGuy Ty.